All right, everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the Crypto 3 Encoding 3 challenge from ASCII as part of their Introduction to Cryptography challenges. All right, so the challenge description says, often in cryptography, you have to deal with whole numbers. These are usually transmitted using various encodings of corresponding bit sequences. However, you usually avoid using base 10 representation, preferring a more extensive character alphabet for the reasons of compactness. Possible alternatives can be hexadecimal, as seen in the previous challenge, or base 64. So we're talking about a new encoding system. An example of a snippet in Python which decodes a string in base 64 is this one over here. So the first thing to talk about is translating base 64 encoded strings using Python. So we can also do base 64 encoding in Bash pretty easily by echoing out anything we want. For example, test and then base 64. So basically what this does is it transforms this information into another encoding. In this case, it's called base 64. And I think we'll just skim over this because we don't need to know all this stuff right now. Although we do need to know about endianness. All right, let's go over this really quick. So in Python, to convert an object from bytes into an integer object, it is convenient to use the function int.fromBytes. So with the bytes and the endianness as the arguments. So the b is our byte object, and the endianness is a string. So it could be big endian or little endian bytes. So we're basically talking about whether or not the bytes are read from left to right, which is big endian, or right to left, which is little endian. Indicates which order of the bytes, respectively from left to right or vice versa. So to convert a whole, what is this? A whole something in bytes, we can use the function z2bytes n endianness. So basically what we're doing here is we're converting an integer. Wait, are we using an integer? I think this should be an integer. So it indicates the number of bytes to be used for conversion, followed by the order given by endianness. So 2 bytes is, it's supposed to be an integer method, which converts an integer into bytes. So we have to specify the number of bytes we want to convert it into, and then the endianness, which can be big endian or little endian. What is endianness? It's a nice word, but what does it mean? Okay, so I'll explain over here, sure. So we're talking about byte endianness. So bytes can be read into the system in one of 2 orders. So there's big endian, which reads from left to right, and there's little endian, which reads from right to left. So an example of big endian. So big endian, these are bytes that read from left to right. So for example, if we were representing these bytes with hexadecimal characters, so we could do 41, 42, 43. So this would be ASCII ABC, and we feed it in from left to right order. But if we're doing little endian, it reads from right to left. So if we were to do the same sequence, it would be 4-3 and then 4-2 and then 4-1. So the flag of this challenge is broken into 2 halves, decoding the first part from base 64, while the second part is converted from the given number in base 10 in bytes in big endian. So we've got 2 things to decode in this case. we've got a base64 string, and then we've got a really large decimal integer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this. So in this challenge, we're asked to decode two objects into bytes, a base64 encoded string, as well as a large integer. So the first thing we'll talk about is base64 strings. So base64 is a common encoding system which transforms bytes into alphanumeric strings, which may include the plus and slash characters. So the complete base64 encoding character set is over here. It's lowercase letters, uppercase letters, numbers, the plus sign, and the slash sign. So when we talk about base64, it's because there are 64 items in the set. Just like in base 10, there's 10 items in the set, and in base 16, which is hexadecimal, there's 16 symbols in the set. Okay, so for example, if we were to take some base64 encoded strings, so test becomes this, HackerFrogs becomes this string, and 123 becomes this string. So here's some sample base64 encoded strings, as well as their original ASCII forms. So we can, so note that base64 encoded strings must always be a length that is divisible by 4. If it is not, a number of equal signs will be added to the end of the string until the length is divisible by 4. So this is 4 characters. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. This is 15 characters, and then an extra one to make it 16 so that it's divisible by 4. This is 2, 4, 6. This is 6 characters plus an extra 2 equal signs to make it divisible by 4, to make it 8, length of 8. Okay, so the other thing we're taking a look at is we need to convert a large integer to bytes. So this really big number, we need to turn these into bytes. So any byte string can be converted to a decimal number, but first the byte string must be converted into a hexadecimal string, and then that hex string is converted into a decimal integer. I'm sure you can also do it directly, but this is the method I know to do this. So if we've got the ASCII characters ABC, we would convert these into their hexadecimal equivalents, which is 414243, and then we would convert this hexadecimal number into a decimal number, which is, what is this? This is 4,276,803. Okay, and we can also do it in reverse. If we've got the really big number, we need to convert the decimal number into a hexadecimal number, and then convert the hexadecimal string into bytes, in this case, ASCII bytes. Okay, so we're going to solve, this is going to take a bit of time to solve. The first thing we're going to be taking a look at is how to solve the first part using CyberChef. So to solve this challenge in CyberChef, first we need to copy the base64 string and then paste it into the input window. Then in the operations window, search for the two base64, sorry, this should say from base64. The from base64 operation, and then drag that selection into the recipe window, and the output will be in the output window. So let's demonstrate this. So here, we'll just grab the base64 encoded string. We'll go over to CyberChef. And then we will paste in the base64 encoded string in the input window. So from here, in the operations window, we'll search for from base64, and then we will drag this operation into the recipe window. So from here, we've got the first part of the flag. Flag, wait, it's all something something. Okay, so that was just the first part. But the first part, we're going to be solving it with a couple of other methods as well. So if we want to solve, oh, sorry, we're doing part 2. So for part 2, first we need to copy the large integer and then paste it into the input window. So the big number, we paste it into the input window, and then In the operations window, search for the toBase operation, then drag that selection into the recipe window and adjust the radix to 16. So what this is going to do is it's going to convert the really big decimal number into base 64. Then, in the operations window, search for the from hex operation, then drag that selection into the recipe window below the toBase operation. So basically what we're doing is we're doing two operations. One operation to convert the decimal number into base 16, and then the other operation to translate the hexadecimal into bytes. Okay, the operations will convert the integer to hexadecimal and then convert the hex string to bytes, which we can see in the output window. Okay, let's demonstrate this. So here, the big number, we'll go over to CyberChef, and we will paste it into the input window. From here, we'll search for the operation toBase. So this one over here, drag it into the recipe box. And then the radix over here is going to specify the base we want to convert to. In this case, it's going to be 16. So we see here that the decimal number has been converted into hexadecimal digits. Then we'll apply a second operation, which is from hex. And that's going to convert hexadecimal bytes it's going to convert hexadecimal strings into bytes. So we'll just drag that into the recipe window underneath the toBase, and then we get the original second part of the flag. So what we would do to solve this challenge is grab the two parts of the flag together and then paste them together. Okay, so that was solving it with CyberChef. There's a couple of other methods we could do as well. So to solve this using Linux, the first part, we would do Base64D for decode. We have to echo in the command. So we can solve this method so you can solve the challenge using Linux commands using echo and Base64. So the first thing we do is we use echo to provide input to the second command. So echo the Base64 string, then pipe it into Base64 decode. Okay, you use the Base64 command with the -d argument to decode from Base64 to bytes. Okay, let's demonstrate that. So here's our Base64 string. In the Linux terminal, echo out the string and then pipe it into Base64 decode. So that gets us the first part of the flag. Okay, and the second part, we have to use a combination of the echo, BC for binary calculator, and XXD commands. So the first part is using echo, which we use to pass the output base. So in this case, we want 16, we want hexadecimal digits, as well as the number itself. And then we pass that into the second command, which is the binary calculator. So the binary calculator is going to convert the decimal number into hexadecimal. And then after we have a hexadecimal number, we can pass that into the XXD command to convert from hexadecimal to bytes. So the -r and -p arguments reverse bytes to hex, reverse the bytes to hex, and then present it in a printable form, respectively. Okay, so let's go ahead and demonstrate this. I've got this command over here. Okay, so echo, so the output base is going to be hexadecimal, which is 16, and then the really big integer number. We pipe that into the binary calculator command to create hexadecimal numbers, and then we pipe that into XXD, which is going to reverse the hexadecimal to bytes operation and then print it out. Okay, so if we print this out, if we do this without the XXD command, then we just get the byte string. Sorry, the hexadecimal string. Okay, so the third method is using Python. To solve this challenge with Python, we can use the Base64 string as a string variable and the very large decimal number as an integer variable. So we got our Base64 string and we've got our big integer. Okay, we also need to import this Base64 decode function from the Base64 module as well. Okay, we set a decoded Base64 string variable using the B64 decode function. So we run this function on the Base64 string to create another variable here. And then from the decimal, for the decimal to bytes conversion, we need to do two things. We need to calculate the byte length of the big number by using the bit length function divided by 8 because there are 8 bits in a byte. So in this case, the big integer over here, we're going to get the bit length of it and then divide that by 8 because there are 8 bits in a byte. And this is going to give us our required bytes. We're going to feed that into the 2 bytes method. We use the integer 2 bytes method to convert the integer to a bytes object, specifying the required bytes value for the number of bytes and the byte order parameter set to big for big endian byte order. So finally, we print both parts of the flag, and that is going to finish out the script. So let's go ahead and demonstrate this. Here, okay, so here's our Python script. We're going to create a new script called ASCII-crypto3.py and paste in the script. Okay, so we've got everything that we need over here. First, we import our function. Then we've got our Base64 string. We've got our really big integer. And then we're going to calculate our required bytes by taking the big integer, get its bit length, add 7, because just in case the bit length is too short, and then do a floor division by 8, because there are, and that'll give us the required number of bytes we need to get. So to do Base64 decode, we run Base64 decode this function on the Base64 string, which we save to a variable called Base64 decode. The integer bytes is going to be the big integer, so this one over here. We run the method 2 bytes with the arguments required bytes, which are calculated over here, and the byte order, which is big endian. So it's going to be read from left to right. Finally, we print out both parts of the flag, which is B64 decode and integer bytes. So let's go ahead and save this out, and then we'll run the script. Okay, and then we get a bytes object, which is ASCII bytes. Flag, wait, it's all bits, always has been. Okay, all right, everybody, that was 3 different methods for solving the Crypto03 Encoding 3 challenge from ASCII as part of their Introduction to Cryptography series of challenges. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.